Ready for a road trip?
I am, are you?
Yes, but there's too many things in my seat. Trying to start the vlog.
Hello. Starting a 2-week road trip.
Lizard!
What?
And it's gone. And there's so many people here, so we can't vlog in peace. Oof, I can't even talk. Because this hike is supposed to be 2 hours. And I was like, let's do it in 1. We're starting a road trip for probably 2 weeks up the east coast.
From Melbourne to Sydney. From Sydney to maybe the Gold Coast. We'll see how we feel.
We've been in Australia for more than 2 months.
Yeah, more than 2 months now.
Oh, whoa, look at the view. Just needed a break so I could breathe and take off that jacket. Those 2 months really didn't help with me being out of shape. We're so far behind on vlogs that I thought maybe what we'll try and do sometimes is tell the story of what happened 3 months ago simultaneously as telling the story of what's happening right now. So we arrived at our workaway.
Walk like this.
Yeah.
So all this thing's away.
This one was like grayish brown.
Really?
And small.
Just, yeah.
This size.
Okay. Just try to remember the color, because if it is poisonous or venomous,
Yeah.
yeah, you just want to let them know what kind of snake it was.
In an effort to catch up to things that are happening in this moment in our lives, we'll try and tell the story of how we spent 10 days at a permaculture farm in rural Thailand.
Welcome to Green Garden.
Before going into this, did you know what a permaculture farm was?
No, I did not. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before going into this, I had done some research on, I hope it's not too windy, on permaculture farming and how it's so much better for the land that you're trying to farm on, because you're not destroying it by only using it once and putting a bunch of fertilizers on there. You're trying to keep it natural and organic, so you can use the land multiple times, and you also plant multiple different things. You know, you don't just plant one vegetable for your entire field that you own. You plant multiple things, and so that sort of makes it that the soil is healthy, and that's basically what it is.
I will say it doesn't really work commercially. More of a like living off your own land and not needing much from anything else.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a thing for people that want to go off-grid or communities that are off-grid. She did it mostly by herself. She usually has some workaway helpers, but it's a thing that I've seen bigger families with other families together do. And then it might not be as much work, because our workaway host had to get up at 3 a.m. in the morning every day. That's an Instagram husband's job. The workaway thing started in early November, and I had just recovered from my food poisoning. After the first workaway, we stayed in a hotel for about a week, and then we went to this other workaway. We're getting on a train to our next workaway.
10 hours.
10 hours? Yeah. 10 hours on a sleeper train.
Yeah, we accidentally took the wrong train. We were trying to catch an overnight train and like make sure we would be able to sleep properly. We weren't even supposed to go to the final destination, right? We were supposed to like get off halfway. Or the only thing that was going through my head was Ubon Ratchathani, which is the final stop. Turns out the train we took didn't stop in the district that we wanted to get off at.
So what ended up happening was what happened to us many times before, which is we go on an overnight transportation thing and we arrive somewhere in the middle of the night at literally 3 a.m. and it's not overnight at all. It's the middle of the night and we're basically lost in a foreign country. We don't know where to go. I almost fell off that rock. So So after finally figuring out the buses to get to the place that we needed to go to, we met our workaway host.
So we met her outside of a bank at this little store.
They had all of their fresh produce and things that they had made, like sticky rice, all set up for people to buy from that town.
And then she just started feeding us with all these things.
We're trying different foods, and one of them has got alcohol apparently, this one.
It's like alcohol in this little bag here. It's like a banana sticky rice, which was like a long stick thing.
Yeah.
There was this alcoholic rice as well, which was kind of like sake or soju, or you know, that just rice wine.
Yeah, you can taste the alcohol.
And then there was this like really small citrusy fruit. It was very hard to bite into.
And then we were so tired because we didn't sleep at all that night. We decided to go explore the area a little bit and went to this temple that seemed totally abandoned.
It was so weird because this temple was also walled off from the street, so you had to walk through a gate to get to it.
We haven't slept at all, so we're super tired. It seems so like we shouldn't be here. It seems like we're walking on private property.
One menacing looking pig. It's like a wolf pig. It's a wolf pig cow. Very cool. Also very tired.
And then luckily we did meet one of the monks that was like, yeah, it's fine for you to be here. Also, do you know what these weird
Plants are called?
plants are?
I have no idea. That's not a rock.
No,
That's not a rock
that's a
anymore.
whole mountain there.
We just had our first massive snake scare. Almost stepped on a tiger snake.
It
Oh my
was
God.
really big too.
You were walking ahead of me, and then I saw it starting to like move in the corner of my eye. I'm like, holy shit. And then like as I back off, it like gets up
Yeah, it got up and
it's like staring at me. It's like facing me off. It's like, what you want, punk?
and you're like, whoa, and then you jumped back.
Yeah.
But luckily we bumped into a snake expert.
Yeah, normally they just like establish if you're gonna like hurt them or not, and they like leave
Yeah.
you alone. But if you get too close, yeah, they're quite aggressive. In the last 3 months, I've nearly stepped on 3.
Wow.
This other guy who was like, whoa, that's a tiger snake.
There's a big tiger snake too.
Yeah. Wait, is that one venomous or
Yeah,
not? Oh.
very.
Oh no.
One of the top 5 most venomous in the world.
Filmed all of that.
Oh,
Do you
did
know
you?
that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to catch the snake. I might have caught it on camera. Speaking of poisonous things, do you remember that tiny little scorpion we found at Angel's
Oh, yeah.
farm? It's still there?
Still here, it hasn't moved.
Well, it is tiny, but it's still... There it is. One of the tasks was gather all the brown leaves on the farm that had fallen down from trees so we could use them as compost. And also I think to protect the moisture in the soil
Yeah.
because it was very hot, so all of the plants dried up really fast. That's why we covered the whole ground with these leaves.
And they would just keep the ground moist because they were offered shade in a way.
So that's what we're doing. So we're supposed to like carry them in these baskets here and then dump them and then spread it around with our feet.
And then before we started, she said, don't touch them because there might be poisonous scorpions in there. But it's like not the right season for them, so you probably won't find any. And then we did find one, but it was like this big.
I know, but it was a big deal to me, so.
It's very small.
Yeah, but it's still poisonous. And aren't they like super poisonous? Like you die if they...
No, I don't think so. Might be painful.
Oh, okay. The shot of you is very cinematic. Say something very deep and meaningful.
Die Eule spielt nie Schach.
Oh no. This is not good. This is so not good. It took us about 2 hours to hike here, and now it's starting to rain, so we have to go back. But it's gonna take us 2 hours to get back. We didn't pack our rain jackets. This is so not good. Oh no. Oh no. Should we run? Is that what's happening? Do we have to run? I'm so glad we drove to the middle of nowhere to this camp spot. Okay, what do you think? How much time do we have left until it gets dark?
An hour and a half.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. So I'm on cooking duty, you're on tent building duty.
Yep.
Right.
Like that.
If you see, I need to. Alrighty, welcome. 9. Welcome to my kitchen show. So I'm making something that I found on a YouTuber's blog, Pick Up Limes. She's one of the best vegan YouTubers in my opinion, because her videos are just so aesthetically pleasing and they make you very hungry when you watch them. So I found this jackfruit pasta recipe. I'm gonna sort of maybe have to supplement a few of the things that she has because we have limited things here. So we don't have things where you just put the teeny tiniest amount of it in there. That's why some of the ingredients might be missing, but as a whole it should be similar enough. One of the things that I wanted to try on this road trip is cook dinner every night, because we've been spoiled for the last few months. Randy's mom has been cooking almost every night, and I actually enjoy cooking too, but I'm too shy to like cook for a whole family because I don't want them to not like my food. So this is my opportunity to shine. When we're at Angel's farm, cooking was a little bit different. This is dinner. Whoa, the knife is pointing right at me. Cooking was a bit different than usual because the whole kitchen was a ground kitchen. Our workaway host's mom also lived there, and she was really old and preferred sitting on the ground while cooking. So everything was sort of on ground level. That was very interesting for me because I'm not good at sitting on the floor. My posture is really bad, you can see in the videos. But I actually learned to appreciate the whole work that went into making the food in that farm.
We are going to make a charcoal from the wood. We have our forest there. We can make charcoal for cooking.
I think with all the things we have available to us these days, it's just easy to forget how difficult it actually is to make all the food yourself. On her farm, we never used any store-bought ingredients. So everything we just made from things that were in her garden or on the farm. And we had to basically like pick them fresh every night, which was very cool, but also showed how much goes into this food that we ate there.
This is a green garden. We are going to grow vegetable here. I want to grow cabbage and coriander, but plenty of spinach come up.
Fire ants in my street. It was a bit of a struggle sometimes because we're not used to, working for every single step that goes into living. And I think that's a very normal thing to not notice that you're not contributing to. Okay, maybe I do need you to stir the pasta around and then also check when it's done. As someone living in the city or even in a town, in a place where stores are available,
Yeah.
you don't realize just how much goes into making every single thing. You know how we had to like go into the garden and we had to look for the beans, and then we had to harvest the things that you wanted to eat that night. which already takes a while. Obviously, you have to make sure that all that stuff grows. So during the day, you make sure that it's healthy and you plant more things to eat later on.
We are going to grow eggplant now.
But it's just very interesting to see how much... Okay, that was way too tiny. I don't have to cut it this tiny. It was just very fascinating to experience that, because I honestly think you can't experience that unless you live on a farm like this for a while. Even in the smallest kind of towns, you have some sort of convenience store that you just go to, or like some sort of grocery store will always be around, or restaurant. Like I said earlier, we also sometimes struggled a bit with the whole you can never really rest thing. Yesterday there was a huge spider here. Today it's a frog. We're doing laundry today. Since we have no washing machines, this is how we have to do it. But also, it is a lot more rewarding when you do so much for your food. We also had to make a fire to be able to cook stuff.
Oh yeah, that was an ordeal. I wasn't super experienced with like lighting this fire. At some point, Mama, the guru, had to come along and help us. I kind of understood how to do it first time.
She made it just seem really easy, which it wasn't easy for us.
More often than not, we'd put too much wood in the fire so it would burn too hot, and then we would overcook our food, and Angel came back one day and was like, no!
There's no nutrients in there.
There's no nutrients left in the food.
It is a big deal because you're just eating the veggies from your garden.
Yeah.
So you want to get as much as possible out of that. How are we doing with our food? What do you think?
Struggling before because I needed to change the gas kind of stuff. But I think it's doing better now. Now it's actually starting to cook.
It looks good. Also, this sauce, it's like a peanut butter, coconut cream sauce.
With ginger and lemon.
It
lime.
is incredibly good. I could just eat this as if it was soup. And we even got to be rice farmers for a little bit. We didn't really do anything, but our host, she is a consultant.
Yeah, she's a consultant. She's like a permaculture consultant and a mushroom growing consultant and a consultant in farming, I guess.
She's a consultant and does what consultants do. Okay? It's like a TikTok accountant. One of the rice fields that one of her friends, I think, owns. And the friend let us cut some rice. So that was more so that we could like experience it. We didn't actually do any work. Angel explained everything to us, and then we went and we cut some rice.
This is the sickle to harvest the rice or cut the wheat for cows. But I am vegan. I don't I don't feed anymore. But now we use tractor, nah? Because of the worker fee now quite high. Original farmer, we tie them like this. And then in the past, we beat rice by hand. This is jasmine rice. We grow rice maybe the rainy season start from May until September. Different type of rice, maybe spend 3 or 4 months to get rice.
Angel was so excited because she was like, there's only one family left in this area that still does this tradition as like a family bonding thing. It's hard work and they just use machines now. It's just the easier way to do it. And we got to go and beat some rice with local Thai people.
This is an old traditional break the rice from the rice straw. Very rare to see it because at the present many farmers use technology. They want to do activity together like a family.
Yeah.
There's a very old traditional of Thai farmers.
And then before we lose all of the daylight that we have left, this is where we're going to sleep tonight. this rooftop tent. And on Angel's farm, first few nights we actually slept in a tent, and it was too hot because even though it was winter in Thailand, it was super hot even during the night. What we did after those few nights is we put up a mosquito net, and where we slept was this hard surface. It was like a wooden surface. But we did have our sleeping mat. Super cool to have this experience, and we slept basically in the garden. Like there's a roof, but like there's no walls, so that was like really cool. And yeah, that's where we slept for the rest of the 10 days. It is so stressful trying to eat before the sun is totally gone. It's already almost 9. We still have to finish eating and wash everything up. We sort of arrived too late at this campsite tonight. Our first night on the road. We're gonna go say goodbye because we're leaving.
This is a present gift. We call blessing string for farewell. And she said, have a safe trip. She said, come and visit her again. Wish you love and success in your life. Whatever you wish, you get it. Okay, wish you luck, sis.
Thank you. Good night. Guten Appetit, Mahlzeit, and see you the next time.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Ciao.
C.
Bye, C.
Bye, C. Can I go around? Can I go around? Okay. Ooh. Good one. Okay. Now don't escape. No, don't escape is what I do. Exactly the opposite of what you do.